Hi folks, welcome back. We're going to do the brim of the hat. I already made the stop cut on the top. So we're going to go over here and we're going to just cut this out. Alright. At an angle a little bit. Just like so. Okay. Round this off a little bit. And what I'm going to do here with the top, before I continue on the face, which isn't really a whole lot more to do, we're going to flip it over and we're going to cut this portion out a little bit. So put it back on the table, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a stop cut in here. I'll use a little heavier, just like so. And we're going to cut this out because we want that tassel to be like in the round a little bit. You know, we don't want to just have it flat here in the back. So I thought this might give it a little bit more character to the carving itself. I just thought of that in the last segment. I looked at that and thought, well, maybe we ought to just cut this out a little bit. So just want to make a couple stop cuts, and then we're going to just chop this out. Okay? Remember, put on your glove, put on your thumb guard. Okay? We're going to cut this out to about, to about right here. We're going to cut all this out. Alright, and then we're going to slant this over, and you'll see in just a second. We're going to do this tassel portion first. Let's make another stop cut here. Cut this out. Maybe a little bit more. Put it on the table. You can always put things on the table to give you some extra leverage. But, you know, it's when you come to the edges, like when I'm pushing down at the corner here, where you can slip. So you don't want to be doing it like this, okay? That's a no-no. You want to be leaning it somewhere, okay? Because remember, those gloves, if you go down in there and you puncture your hand, it will still go through that glove. Just warning you folks, okay? Alright, so we're going to take the bigger knife and I'm going to chop this out. Oops, chop this stuff out here. I'm really going to do that in the round. That will look nice. So you're getting a little bit of it in the round and relief carving at the same time. Okay? So this is how our Santa ornament's coming out. And we'll keep going here. Again, I'm going to lean this on the table and I'm going to slice it again. And remember, when you slice, folks, people have a tendency of doing it inward. Try to keep that blade as flat as possible so this portion up here does not go inward, okay? It's very important that you keep doing it and looking and taking a little bit out at a time. You don't want to take big hunks out at a time if you can help it. That way your mistakes will be minimized as well. You know, if you do a little bit at a time, then if you hack something off you're not supposed to, there's, you know, less chance of that happening, okay? I'm going to turn this around. See how I'm pivoting my hand? Now I will admit, when you do this carving, it's going to be a little tougher to hang on to for certain things. You know, that relief carvings are a little different. Same thing when you use gouges. It's a whole different ball game. You know, some of you that are into gouges and into V-tools and all that stuff, it's all well and good. I just never cared much for it myself. Not that I haven't used it. I've used a couple of them already here. I thought I had one here just a minute ago. But see how we have this cut out? So we're going to lean this into it. We're going to cut this out a little further. Okay? We're going to kind of match that up a little bit. We're going to cut that out. You want to be careful because, folks, this is the snapping point at the end here. Okay, so just be very, very careful with it. This will give it a little more of a 3D effect here. Alright. Now I'll explain in the next video, I'll explain how to get in those little tight areas with a knife. And how my slicing motion with that helps to prevent things from going a little crazy. So what we're going to do, we're going to round this off. We're going to put a little stop cut in the bottom here. We're going to start rounding this off. Now that's going the other direction, so we'll do it this way. Okay? Once there, Okay, and then we'll round this off a little bit more. We'll keep working on this until this is the right depth here. And then we're going to clean that all off. See how I'm cleaning that up from the cut? We're going to do the whole whole carving that way. Alright, so this is really going to be the stop cut over here. And that's just going to follow that all the way out to the back. Just like so. Okay? See how we have that? Now I'm going to cut some more off of that eventually. But for right now, it's where I want it to be. Alright? So we've got one side of this tassel pretty well taken care of. Alright? We need to take a little more off the ball here at the top. That tassel here. And we're going to have that go in a little further. Okay? See, that's going to be offset. This is going to be a little higher than this here. So, I've not made one of these before, folks, so I'm still looking at it and thinking which is the best way to tell you how to do it. I don't have an example here other than my Hobo Santas in the round. But we did take off the top. We're going to make that a little more distinct. So we're going to go back and do another slicing motion. We're going to do a little V cut there, just to make it deeper than it really is. Give it some distinction, okay? Just like so. We'll go back up around, just like so. See? And then we're going to round this off. We got another minute here that I can play with, so we're going to round this off. Alright, clean up this end portion here, and we're going to match that to the background. Okay, so we're going to come back, we're going to trim some of this out yet, and we'll come back and we'll start on the face. We've got the tassel where I want it, and see, when we hang this thing up, folks, it will hang straight. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, we'll be back.